I have a question for everyone. That question is, what defines you as a person? What makes you, you? A lot of us tend to define ourselves through our physical image, our jobs, our bank balance, and a lot of the time through what others have to say about us. I used to define myself through three things. In high school, I was quite the people pleaser. I wanted everyone to like me because I thought that the more likable I was, the further that I would get in life, because being popular was so cool. And I tried so hard to become this person that everyone would like. A majority of the time I was living my life through other people's opinions of me. From the age of 16, I started to obsess over my weight. I wanted to look like the cover girl in Cosmo magazine, you know, the Photoshop one. My diet consisted of just salads, and I used to literally count every single calorie that my body was consuming. I even went to the extreme of harming my body for many years to try and get rid of the food that I'd eaten, because I needed the thigh gap and I needed the thin waist. I was in a relationship for the last 2 years of school, and I truly believed that my happiness came from someone else giving it to me. I had put so much pressure on this other person to be everything to me, to make me feel worthy and make me feel like I was enough. And then when the relationship ended, I was completely broken. I didn't know how I was going to stand on my own, and I felt like I lost the little sense of identity that I had, and I was terrified of being alone. I know today that the only reason I felt so empty and broken inside was because I didn't know myself at all. So it was the hardest 5 months, the hardest and most emotional 5 months of my life. And I didn't know how to deal with how I was feeling, all this pain, all this emotion. And one day I called the person that I used to be with, and I asked, "Are you happy?" And he said yes. And it was from that moment that I decided that I was going to be happy, and that I was going to find a happiness that worked for me, that I wasn't going to deal with this pain and these waves of emotion anymore. So I started journaling my breakup. I wrote down my feelings, my thoughts. And recently, looking back on my journal, I realized how I would end my writing off with positive affirmations towards myself. Things like, "You can do this, Kate." And I'm a huge fan of quotes, so I was putting quotes all around my room in places that I could see easily. And I started reading motivational books on positivity and powerful thoughts and how to change your mind. I was trying everything to get through how I was feeling, something that seemed so impossible. But just like those positive affirmations that I was writing towards myself, I knew that I had the strength to move on. I just didn't know how strong I actually was. So I had to pick myself up in some way, and I did. I slowly started to, and for the first time in my life, I realized just how capable I actually was of standing on my own and being my own person. I just had to learn through loss that all I needed to have was me.